My manager shouted across the restaurant.
You're fired or helping someone who shouldn't even be sitting here!
A few customers laughed. One man at the bar said,
Guess the waiter picked the wrong person to impress.
but what my manager didn't realize, the woman I helped. Before we continue, comment below and tell me where you're watching from. And if you enjoy stories like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I had been working at that restaurant for almost 4 years. It was a busy downtown steakhouse, nothing fancy, just long shifts, loud kitchens, and customers coming in non-stop during dinner hours. But the hardest part of the job wasn't the work, it was the manager. His name was Derek. Derek believed leadership meant being louder than everyone else. If he wanted to correct someone, he didn't do it privately. He did it in front of the entire restaurant. That afternoon, the lunch rush had just ended. The dining room was quieter. A woman walked in and took a seat near the window. She looked simple. No expensive clothes, no designer bag, just someone who wanted a meal. Derek noticed her immediately. He leaned toward the bartender and said loudly,
Watch this table. People like that come in and sit for hours with just water.
A man sitting at the bar chuckled.
Yeah, probably looking for free bread.
The woman politely raised her hand for service, but every server kept walking past her. Derek smirked.
Don't rush over,
He said.
She's not tipping anyone.
I stood there for a moment. Then I grabbed a menu and walked over anyway.
Good afternoon. Welcome in.
I said. She smiled politely.
Thank you. I was starting to think I was invisible.
I'm sorry about that.
I replied.
Can I get you something to drink?
Just water for now.
She said. I brought it to her and took her order. A simple steak and salad, nothing complicated. But the moment Derek saw me standing there, he stormed across the restaurant.
What do you think you're doing?
He demanded.
Serving a customer.
I answered calmly. Derek laughed loudly. Not just a chuckle, a loud, mocking laugh meant for the whole dining room. Then he clapped his hands twice.
Attention everyone!
He shouted. Several customers turned their heads.
This right here
Derek said, pointing at me.
is what happens when a waiter forgets his place.
A couple customers laughed. One man at the nearby table whispered.
Man just fired self.
Derek leaned closer to me.
You're not a hero. You're a waiter.
The woman tried to speak,
It's all right.
but Derek raised his hand.
No, it's not all right.
Then he looked at the room again.
You see this?
He said.
This guy thinks he's management material.
A few people chuckled again. Derek shook his head dramatically.
Maybe focus on the job you're barely qualified for.
The humiliation was completely public now. Every table watching, every server frozen. Then Derek pointed toward the kitchen door.
You're fired.
The room went quiet. Someone near the bar muttered.
Over-serving the wrong customer.
I didn't argue. Sometimes arguing only gives people like that more of an audience. So I quietly removed my apron and walked toward the back. As I passed the dining room, I glanced at the woman's table. She looked uncomfortable, but she didn't say anything. I thought that was the end of it. 4 years of work gone in 30 seconds. The next morning, my phone rang. Corporate office. Can you come in today? They asked. When I arrived at the restaurant, the atmosphere felt strange. Everyone looked tense. Then I saw her, the same woman from yesterday, but now she was standing with 2 corporate executives. Derek looked nervous. One executive spoke.
Yesterday, this employee was fired for helping a guest.
He gestured toward the woman.
This is Ms. Elena Ramirez,
The owner of this restaurant group.
The room went completely silent. Derek's face turned pale. The owner spoke calmly.
I visit my restaurants anonymously sometimes.
Then she looked at me.
Yesterday, he was the only person who treated me like a customer.
Derek tried to speak.
I didn't know.
That's the point.
She said quietly.
Respect shouldn't depend on who someone is.
The executive nodded.
Derek is no longer managing this location.
Then he turned toward me.
And since you were fired for doing the right thing,
He paused. You'll be taking over the position. The same co-workers who watched me get humiliated yesterday stood completely silent. Because sometimes the person you help isn't just another guest. Sometimes she owns the entire restaurant.